dominated
Yes,
Bristol.
I do remember. I remember following you, trying to figure out what you're doing correct, and I did it, and it still wasn't as fast.
All right,
I don't
guys.
know.
Y'all ready? Let's do.
Yes.
All right. Welcome back to the North American E-Racing League. Today we're going to watch the Cup cars at Atlanta in Season 3. With me, I'm KKenis22. With me, we have LD Allen, like every Thursday. How are you, Allen?
I am good. I'm excited to watch this race. Very excited. Should be a good one.
I'm excited as well. And also with me, we have Hostium. How are you, Mr. Host?
Doing pretty good, pretty good.
Right on. Are you ready for the race as well?
I hope to see a lot of wrecks. I am hoping to see wrecks.
Why would you say that? Stop it. You know what we will see, though? We're going to see a lot of tire fall off. That's what we're going to see.
That is true.
Which will hopefully involve a lot of wrecks.
Well, if there's not a lot of wrecks, there's not going to be a lot of tire fall off if they're under caution. Come on now.
True. That's true.
Well, hopefully the wrecks will happen after the tire fall off then.
Anyway.
I just want to see something on the wall.
Anyway, these guys are in qualifying. I'll see if I can find a stream to watch here. And then we'll see who got the pole and when they're starting. Oh wait, that's.
I like to think of this track like a harder version of Daytona or Talladega, because you're on the gas almost the whole time, but it's so much harder to get it right.
That is true, especially because the corners are tighter and you don't have as much banking as well. It is a very draft-heavy track, like you were saying, so.
It's just a more intense version of Daytona and Talladega.
Looks like they just
which
finished
I
qualifying.
love.
Yep, they just got done with qualifying. It makes for a lot of good racing. The only downside is it is single file. It looks like... Oh, Killen needs to scroll down, big dog.
Draven is sitting on the pole.
Draven with the pole.
Not a surprise there, if I'm honest with
With
you.
Sharp starting on the outside of him.
Oh,
There it is.
that is
Kill
a
him
surprise,
third,
I'm not gonna lie.
Gator fourth, and I cannot see who is fifth at the moment, but we will let you know right as we get in the race. Who are you guys' picks today for this race? Who do you think's gonna win?
I'm gonna go with Gator.
Ooh,
Bold. I
little,
like it.
little brown nosing. Love to see it.
Definitely not brown nosing, but I think Gator has a shot to win races.
He does.
Hasn't had the luck.
Absolutely. LDL. What about you? What do you think?
So I did some research.
Okay.
Max Boost won this race last year in a very comfortable fashion. Unfortunately, he's not racing with us, so we'll move on to the next. Shadowhawk finished second, and NRL Lewis finished third.
Okay.
So I'm thinking Lewis is going to be up there, especially coming off his win at Chicagoland, the last mile and a half we were at. But he's not my pick. My pick is actually, you already heard.
Ooh.
He has like tons of stage points this year, but he only has one top 5. So he hasn't been able to finish races. I'm expecting him to finish a race tonight.
All right.
League.
So far, very good picks. I don't know. Max might have given his TJR teammates some pointers, so I'm looking at those.
True.
I'm looking at those guys, and we'll see if Lewis can keep the momentum rolling. We'll see if you already heard can have his first win, or one of the other co-owners in K-Bart and Gator. So this makes for a lot of storylines this race. But I'm going to go blue screen here. We're going to accept the invite and hop in and watch the action. Join. Let's go. We'll see if it takes 8.5 days to load, like it did for the lobby host and I just crashed.
Did you get a message from Gator?
Yeah, he tagged
No,
me in the
but-
chat.
Oh, so you get a tag. Ooh, I get to see
I don't
them
get-
start. And they get rolling.
Hello, Colt.
Draven got a good launch.
We're listening to the audio commentary because these beautiful Fanatec pedals are in the way of watching
Weird
actual
ballad.
cars go around the track.
Bottom lane is pretty formed up.
I think that's going to be
Dylan
where you
falling
want to
behind
be
him.
tonight. I think that bottom lane or maybe half a lane up is where you want to be. As we
on that very top line.
Join the race and look back from our leader here.
You might even see people on that line down the backstretch. That's how important the bottom line is in the book.
Oh, absolutely. Then all you got to do is burp the throttle a little bit, and you should be good to go going through 3 and 4.
Sir.
A Shadowhawk in a Black Lives Matter car, 43.
That is correct. That is the hot button topic, but we will stay away from that here. But
It is a cool looking car, though.
it does, yeah.
It is a cool looking car.
The numbers really pop on it. But we got TJR12, host pick of Gator, Mike 89 behind them. We'll move back to Sharp here, about 4th place, and check out the action around him.
In the Kelly Blue Book car.
He
Very
is.
nice.
One of the new paint schemes. We see actually a few of them.
Oh, we do?
We do. 3rd through 5th right now have him out in full force. Let's see. Got a side-by-side battle for 4th here between Shadowhawk and Sharp. And Lights Out right behind him. 2 pure guys there with an Independent and Shadowhawk on their
Another
outside.
pure guy behind
There
him,
are
OG.
3 of them. I just saw OG peek in the picture there. So Gator is in the middle of a TJR and a Pure Auto Sport? Whatever y'all are.
Pure auto racing.
There we go. Pure Auto Racing. He's
There
in a
you go.
sandwich. With an FBGM peeking his way in there too. With Wasted in the old Dale Senior number 3. Pop back in the middle of the pack here to Jagboy. Hopefully he's not lagging like he was on Monday like we saw. That's never a pleasant experience on this game. For yourself or others.
I heard Jag was also lagging in the warm-up race.
I did.
So,
I did see that in the chat.
we're going to see about that.
Ooh, looked like Wasted got the apron there a little bit. You already heard trying to make a move on the outside, push OG by Jagboy there. But I think if you...
OG,
Go ahead.
OG was behind Lights there, and I think he went high, or he got forced high, and you can just see all the positions he lost right there.
Right. Remember, this is I believe the first stage is 51 laps. The second stage is 53, possibly. You already told me, but I'm just I didn't write it down because I'm a genius. So I'm just going off memory. And then I believe the last one is 58.
I can tell you the whole race is 162 laps.
That is correct. But maybe OG moved up to try and save a little tire. Like maybe picked a tighter preset and... Ooh, Shadowhawk into the wall. Didn't see if he had any contact. Ooh!
Oh.
We got a wreck back there. It looked like K-Bart got into... I think it might have been OG. Who's back there? Yeah, the 48.
Car flipping in the back.
They are still rolling.
Ronnie Mack is sliding.
No caution.
OG has a lot of damage.
No caution. That's terrible for the guys involved.
Big Jim is back there too. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that is not a fun place to be. Shadowhawk, heavy damage. Who else is back there? Looks like... Is it Jagboy? Nope, no damage. I'm trying to...
Ronnie.
OG, heavy
Yeah,
damage. Jim, I think, has a little damage. Ooh, that's rough, though. Crunch with heavy damage.
I don't know how that wasn't a caution.
Right? Especially with that many cars. That was wild.
Yeah, it's like 4 cars. I don't know. Whatever.
Got a 11.74.
Yes, sir.
Love to see the inconsistency. Ooh, looks like we got a train of about 6 cars. Wasted looked like he might have got the apron headed into 3 and 4. Believe that is Sharp looking under Gator for P3, trying to get up to those TJR boys. He got past him.
Thanks, Peter.
That he does.
Sir.
So it looks like there's a... how many is that? 8 car breakaway for the lead here, followed by a small pack of 3. If the pack of 3 guys get it together, they might be able to draft and catch the tail end of that pack's draft here.
It will
Sharp
have to pit.
is looking to go somewhere.
If each stage stays green, they will have to pit in each stage, possibly, definitely twice in the 3rd stage. That's for sure.
Yeah, there's no saving at all. Impossible.
You could try, but you would have to save, I believe, at least 4 laps of fuel and
You would have to save
4
about
laps
20
of tire.
fuel.
Yeah, it's just unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the tire fall off is way too heavy to actually. You might be able to save the gas, but there's no way you can save the tires.
I don't know.
Oh,
you gotta
no.
save 20 laps of fuel
In the
Oh, 20 laps of fuel?
in the
Okay.
first stage. Yeah. Yeah,
well, I meant
okay.
I was
Sitting
talking
there
about
full
the
when-
the third stage. The third stage.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about the third stage.
But this
stage.
one, yeah, this one you have to pit in every stage at least once, possibly twice in the second. I know in the truck race on Tuesday before all hell broke loose.
Yeah.
If you could, the stages are shorter, obviously. So if you could have saved tire, you could have trapped guys a lap down, and that's what happened until there were 853 cautions on the last stage. Anyway,
Yeah.
these guys are pretty well getting formed up here, 1 through 8 now. I think they're. I mean, they all know they have to pit if it stays green. They could just be biding their time at the moment, waiting for just the opportune time to strike. What do you guys think? What would you do in this part of the first stage? We're a little bit into, a few laps into a run. What would you guys be looking for here?
Yeah, if I'm in the top pack, I'm just riding. Long race, 160 laps, but they're like, what, I don't know, 15 laps in at the most. Yeah, I'm just riding, waiting for that pit stop.
Host, what about you?
Yeah, I'd be doing the same thing. You still gotta pit. I mean, there's no point in pushing an issue or accidentally messing somebody up or
Right.
accidentally wrecking somebody for trying to push when it's so early in the race. I mean, yeah, stage points are great and everything, but you don't want to mess somebody else's day up or even yours very early in the race.
Right. That's what I would. I'm on the same page with you guys. I think I would just kind of be biding my time a little bit. Just set yourself up to be in that top 5, and then if somebody makes a mistake headed to pit road or coming off of pit road, then then that's when I would be looking to capitalize. Like you guys said, there's no point in forcing the issue at this point. So just kind of ride around, maybe save a little tires and gas if you're in the draft if you need to, but there's no reason to throw your nose anywhere or block anybody if you don't have to at this point.
Yeah.
We'll go back through the field a little bit. These front 8 are pretty well set. Shadowhawk is in a lonely place right now. He is just crossing the start-finish line when I believe the leaders are coming out of 4. Yeah.
Yeah, the leaders are about to lap OG here, who has a ton of damage, so he's not moving very fast.
And that's a thing, too, to look out,
unfortunate.
that we're going to want to look out for. The guys that did get involved in that crash, like OG and Shadow, and I think Crunch had a little damage, and some of the other guys,
Yeah.
you want to be the first guy to be a lap down. You want that lucky dog to possibly vie for stage points in the second stage and keep your lap going into the final stage. So that's one thing to look for, like which one of these guys can manage damage the best and possibly stay on that lead lap. Looks like Ronnie got involved too. He's got a little front end damage.
His car was flipping.
Ooh, that's
jeez.
that's
that
always
wreck.
fun.
You know.
This pack of 3 that are coming up on OG here, they're losing time to that lead pack, but they do not have the numbers, so it's not entirely surprising. Big Jim looks like he was involved in that early wreck. Lewis and Crunch might have been as well. They're kind of riding around back here. Crunch with heavy nose damage. Well, let's head back up here to the front pack. You already heard moved up. Looks like he moved up about half a lane just through that turns 1 and 2 there to just maybe try something different while you got the draft.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad idea. The bottom's probably going to be the best, but you never know what could happen on the bottom. Somebody could hit apron, so not a bad
exactly.
idea to know what's going on.
Wasted making a move under the 1.
Oh, so much for riding.
Oh, my. Oh, he got up into the 1 a little bit. That's going to slow them both down. Oh, Gator and you already heard touch. Beating and banging a little bit, headed into turns 3 and 4 here. We'll see who can prevail. Side by side between Wasted 88 and You Already Heard, with Gator Mike 89 behind him, fighting for 5th position at the moment, that final stage point. About a third of the way through the first stage. Looks like they settled back in line. I don't think they want to lose touch with that lead pack.
Yeah, I think Hurd let him in there. That's a smart play.
Oh, absolutely. since, like we said, draft is so heavy and important here, you don't want to get out of that lead packs draft and battle side by side and lose time to them.
So I'm watching K-Bart's stream over here, and he already has his tire light on.
Oh my!
So his right rear is on 18%. So I expect everybody to be pitting in the next 2 or 3 laps.
They have 30 laps left. They're coming to 29 to go in this stage. I have Killam stream up myself, and he's at about 24%. It could be.
Okay.
I know if you have a big disparity between the right side tires, you're either too tight or too loose, and maybe he picked a slider he thought was comfortable for a longer run, but maybe that wasn't the case.
K-Bart also could have slid in that accident, trying to avoid something
absolutely.
that can burn your right rear too. So
I think it might have been practice for the truck race, but I got bumped or touched the apron or something. I lost about 19% from just sliding through like half a corner. It was just unreal.
Raven gives up
kill
that
him
top
to the
spot.
lead.
Raven, yeah, he did. Looks like Sharp is going to pass him as well. That shows just how dominant that bottom line can be here. Either that or Draven just has a very ill-handling car, which at this point in the run with how low their tire percentages are, a lot of these guys are going to have that ill-handling car, but coming out of the corners is where you got to look for it. But compared to some other tracks that we all go to in all 3 series in the North American E-Racing League, it's actually a lot more stable than you'd think, but still, got to be careful when you're around other guys. Oh, Wasted and Gator touch. Coming out of 2. Looks like Wasted might get the worst end of that. He got into the wall after they touched. My goodness. Difficulty speaking today. Love to see it.
Looks like we got some people fitting.
42 K-Bart.
Let's see.
Lights, Jag, K-Bart, and Shadowhawk are on pit road. And Ronnie, I believe, pitted lap before.
Let's see. I think I'm looking at Killam stream. There's 27 laps to go. He's still got 11% on his right rear. I think he can make it last possibly 2 more laps.
Draven and Wasted will be pitting this lap. They signaled on that.
That they are?
As well as everybody.
Oh my, crunch.
Lead back pretty much.
Swamp. Kelvin, Lewis. Got all sorts of takers on pit road at the moment. And then the lead pack is coming out of 2. It looks like you already heard his signaling that he's going to pit. I think Draven.
Gator.
Killam's going to do the same. Sharp is looking under Killam after. Okay, look. I believe they're all coming here. I thought Sharp was going to try and make a pass when Killam signaled. I was going to say that'd be a wild move here.
Sharp looked kind of fast coming down pit road.
A couple of them looked a little squirrely getting in there.
All right, we'll circle back to...
If the 9's fed, the 1 definitely did. He came in almost past Sharp.
Has Ronnie pitted yet?
Ronnie did pit.
came in.
I believe Ronnie was like the first one to pit.
Okay. Makes sense. We'll cycle back around to our lead pack guys here. First one I found was You Already Heard, and we'll see how when they come out. Looks like You Already Heard did not speed. He's leaving his pit box now. Gator's leaving. They're all leaving at about the same time. No speeding penalties.
Okay. Lights jumped Draven and Jagboy coming off pit road. Draven was in that lead back. So,
he was. I wonder if something happened to Draven. It looks like he's got a little front end damage.
Oh, Lights is going to jump all of them.
For what?
Well, maybe not. Oh, it's going close.
Cycle up to actually everybody.
Oh, Lights cleared.
He did.
Lights pitted two laps before the lead, and that just shows you what new tires do.
But his tires are a little worn now, and the tire fall off can get pretty brutal. So we'll see if these guys can get by him. But it's like we were saying, it's almost like a plate track, but there's a lot more room for mistakes here. If you get half a line up and somebody can put their nose under you, you might be out of luck there. And I think they're going to take it, and that's what looks like it's going to happen here to Lights Out. Killam's going to look below him, and then I think You Already Heard's going to follow.
Yeah, Lights was like a half lane up coming off of 2, and Killam just stuck it under him. That's how you pass here.
Right. And I wonder, it just makes you think about, like, possibly how much was that a result of those couple extra laps on his tires? Like,
yeah,
could he not
no
hold
doubt.
the bottom? Maybe he just wasn't tight enough going through the corner and had to drift up a little bit. I mean, I'll catch how many laps are left in this stage once Killam's stream goes across the line. Looks like Lights is really hugging the bottom now, even headed into 1. He's going to drift up. Draven might take a look.
21 laps.
Yep, Draven's gonna take a look under Lights out here. Looks like the 12 is gonna follow, along with, I believe, Gator and Sharp.
Yeah, my concern with Lights is he pitted a few laps before for these guys. Can his tires actually last the whole rest of the stage?
I think he's in a good spot now because he's got the draft of the 4 guys in front of him. And in that lead group is just Killam and you already heard. And this big pack, if they work together and don't get too dicey, they should be able to catch the draft of those 2 and catch back up to them by the end of the stage. And it should make for a pretty good stage finish if we stay green here. Host, is there anything in particular you've seen so far that you might like have taken a mental note through, like, at this point to save for later in the race as Gator makes a pass on the 2 vehicle?
Not really. I mean, everyone's been pretty patient, so it's still kind of too early to tell. But it does look like Draven kind of falls off a little bit in the longer run.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. And maybe that's why he just gave up the lead, because he was losing speed and just kind of wanted to ensure that he could make it to pit road cleanly without getting ran over. Especially with his teammate Killam behind. It looks like Captain Killam and You Already Heard are actually putting distance between these guys a little bit. And it seems like they've been working together pretty well. Yeah, these 2 guys up front are they got some bad fast cars and are working together so far.
Yeah.
Hop back here.
But you can tell they have trust in each other. They're not going to get dive bombed. They're
absolutely.
both arcing it into the corner more than the guys behind them, so that results in more speed through the corner, which results in them pulling away.
100%, and that's just 2 league vet guys right there that they've been around.
Sure.
They've raced together in multiple different leagues, and they've put a bunch of laps on all different types of tracks with each other, so they're comfortable. They know they're not going to do anything crazy at this point, and with I think that was 18 laps to go. I think they're just trying to get a little distance. As Gator is making a move under Draven here, Sharp is looking to follow, followed by Lights Out. We'll see if Draven will shut the door on those guys, or we tried. Looks like a little contact between him and Sharp coming out of 4. Draven possibly looking back under Sharp, headed into 1 here. Sharp's going to hold him off. Draven's going to fall in line in 5th here. As Lights Out, looks like he has a good run coming out of 2. Ooh, they're staying very patient with one another. A little bit of checking up, headed into the corners, but that's what you need at this point. You don't want to get any damage. You don't want to move anybody at this point. Ooh, Lights Out and Jagboy get together.
Yep. Lights hit the apron coming out of 4, and it looked like he tried to slide in behind Jagboy there, but misjudged it a little bit.
We've all been there before. Honest mistake.
Yes,
it happens.
Yes, sir.
That apron is a demon at times.
Yeah.
It's like Shadow's catching up to Lights, wanting to get his lap back from that lead pack.
And,
Yeah.
ooh, a little bit of contact between Sharp and possibly Draven. Not sure. I think they were next to each other, so that's the assumption there.
I would probably agree with that.
Can these guys form up and catch those lead 2? I mean, it looks like now they've put a little bit of they've cut a little bit of distance off, but can they do it by the end of the stage?
Well, based on what I've seen so far, the answer to that is no.
And
but we'll have to see.
I would agree with that, just for the fact that they're dicing it up a bit more, and
Yeah.
I'm sure you already heard has had an opportunity or two to possibly look under Killam, but at this point they know their best bet is to work together to ensure that they finish 1 and 2 in stage point and in the stage and get almost max points for the stage and possibly that extra playoff point for whoever ends up winning the stage. So
Yes, sir. Just to mention Shadowhawk back there, he is the first car on the 1 lap down. I would assume, at least. I don't know for sure, but
that's what I'm thinking as well. I was thinking that, but didn't want to assume anything quite yet. We'll see who gets their lap back at the end of the stage here.
yeah, I'm not sure. A ticker would be great.
Yeah, right? We've seen what Shadow can do at 1.5 miles, such as Vegas, and he was pretty quick at Chicagoland until, I believe, some contact happened at some point, if I'm not mistaken. I could be misremembering. But he's generally a guy to watch out for each week, too. He's not on a team like most of these guys. He's an independent guy, but don't let that fool you. It's not for lack of speed. As you already heard, looking under Captain Killam, it looks like he got tired of riding around or decided he saved enough tires and fuel. Headed into 1. Looks like you already heard has the preferred line. We'll see if Captain Killam, he's been known to get runs on the outside. We'll see if he can get one coming out of 2. Looks like you already heard is going to clear him. Headed into 3 and 4. Maybe they just switch spots for now. I don't know. We'll see how many laps are left here. Go ahead.
Killam was a smart driver, so he saw him get under him. Was like, hey, I'll just ride behind you until a few laps to go. I'll try to pass you again.
Headed into 1, you already heard, with the preferred line. Followed by Captain Killam, and then Sharp, Gator Mike 89, Draven, and Jagboy. Battling back here for the final stage points. My goodness, words. Hard. But it looks like they're gaining a little bit.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
On the 2 lead guys, just because of that pass, and that shows you just how much the draft really does matter at this track.
Oh, Killam looking back underneath.
He is. He looks like he's gonna scroll. There we go. Looks like he is gonna have that preferred line on. You already heard in the Monster Energy number 1. We'll see. You already heard Tuck back down in there, and maybe he'll plan a run with a few laps left in this stage.
I'm just waiting to see how many laps in the stage we got left.
They're coming to 5 to go next time by.
Yes.
Looks like Captain Killam is defending that bottom lane because that is the fastest way around here. See if you already heard can arc it back down, maybe pull a little bit of a crossover. Killam even exiting the corners low to protect that bottom line. That is how important it is to him.
Yeah. Now this is where the third on back is going to gain some time. Killam's not arcing it into the corner like he was before, so he's going to be going slower.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
You can already tell Sharp's closing in on him.
Absolutely. If this continues with the front 2, we should see a great stage finish here.
I would agree.
And especially if that second pack back there, if they catch, you already heard, draft and get a huge run in some way, especially if it's timed correctly, like down a straightaway or something, these top 2 could be sitting ducks. But that is yet to be seen, and we'll see how this plays out.
If Sharp doesn't have the draft right now, he is awfully close to having it.
It looks like he's getting within range there. He might be getting little whiffs of it here and there, but he wants a whole breath of it. And it looks like you already heard, kind of noticed that, and it looks like he's contently tucked behind Killam for now. Maybe just to ensure that he does get at least top 2 stage points.
He is a veteran. Wouldn't surprise me at all.
And he may, you already heard, may not have had the finishes so far this year, but he's gotten a number of stage points, which has kept him in 4th place, I believe, in the points. So they're coming to believe they're coming to 2 to go here. Got another 3 miles left in Stage 1 of the Folds of Honor Quick Trip 250 in the North American E-Racing League.
He actually has 6 more stage points than second place in stage points. So,
Oh, my.
he has received a lot of stage points. Just
You already
haven't
heard,
finished.
looking below
There he
Captain
is.
Killam for that stage win. They're coming to 1 to go. The white flag in stage number 1. Killam trying the crossover, tucking back in behind him, maybe getting that run, setting it up. Here
Sharp
we go.
is there.
Sharp is catching him. Maybe Sharp will get a huge run down the backstretch.
He's right there.
Looks like Killam right up on You Already Heard's bumper. Looks below. You Already Heard with the block. Looks high.
Ooh, Sharp got really loose off the corner.
Killam is going to have the speed coming off the corner here because he arced it in. Maybe he'll try the crossover on You Already Heard or get a run on the outside. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen in time. You Already Heard is your stage 1 winner, followed by Captain Killam. Believe Sharp was in 3rd. Draven,
Yes.
4th. And I think Gator Mike, 89, with 1 stage point.
Yes.
Yes, that is your top 5. You already heard Captain Killam Sharp, Draven, and Gator Mike, top 5 in stage 1.
It looks like Shadowhawk will get the free pass. Ronnie Mack actually stayed on the lead lap after that
did.
crash. That was kind of surprising, but
Well,
and
Shadow,
OG is 2 laps down.
I see that.
Unfortunately.
The downside to that is he's got to hope either for caution or that he'll get one of those 2 back on the stage break, and then he might have to stay out again, but that's not a great spot to be in at this point. It's if it stays green like it did, I mean, we saw a wreck, obviously, and there was no caution called for whatever reason. But it's a helpless feeling when you got that damage and you go a few laps down. You're just kind of out there riding, hoping for the worst for your fellow racers out there, as much as that sucks.
Yeah.
But you want your laps back, your inner competitive edge comes out, and you want those laps back so you can fight for the win yourself. But Sharp up to P2. Killam restarted 2nd and is dropping back. Looks like Gator's going to tuck in to 4th. Possibly put Killam back there, but looks like Killam got a pretty good run coming out of 3 and 4 there. What we got here? Gator Mike holding that bottom, not allowing anybody to look below him. Lights out, following. Draven passing Sharp for P2, looking under him. I think he'll have it going into 3 and 4 here. As we said, the bottom is the preferred lane. You already heard, just kind of riding right now, letting these guys battle behind him. Still a long ways to go in the race. We just finished stage 1.
Yeah.
This stage, like I said, I think it's 53 laps. My goodness, words again.
It's actually 50 laps, according to K-Bart's stream.
Well, it'll be very similar to the first stage if it goes
Yes,
green, as in these guys will just kind of cut it in half and see what happens.
Yep.
There's a little bit more room for deviation with that 1 lap difference, but not a whole lot. Killam is back to 7th at the moment.
Yeah, he started in 2nd on the high side and just couldn't get down.
And that
Still hasn't gone down.
he is not. He is damn near to the end of this line here. As the front 8 to 10 or so are single file and look pretty content at the moment. Ooh, wasted into the wall.
Lewis got into him there.
Little touch. Lights out. Moved up the track there as well. Lewis
Where did Lewis come from?
fight. He was involved in that wreck, I think, because he was back there with Crunch. But Lewis, little inside information, Lewis is very comfortable with Atlanta. He always feels like he has speed here, as we saw last season when he lost to our resident pro leaguer Max Boost and Shadowhawk, who, as we've said, has speed everywhere. But he's made his way to the top 5 here. We'll see if he can maintain that long run speed, or possibly he's got a short run set up and just kind of threw it in and maybe hope for a caution or something. But there is a little serpentine going back here looking forward from Ronnie Mack. Looks like Lights Out is going to get shuffled.
Yeah, shuffled out line.
That's never a good thing here. As we've said, this is a mini plate track almost, a 1.5 mile Talladega, if you will. Bottom line and draft all day. You burp the throttle maybe a little bit just to not hit the apron or get your car to turn just that little bit or avoid somebody. Dicing it up here.
Ooh. I don't know what happened there. But Sharp and Gator slid up the track.
Look at Swamp Fox up here. We haven't
Sharp
I haven't
got in
said
the
his
wall.
name in the booth. Sharp did get in the wall. He came down a little bit. Little contact with Swamp, but we're going to look back from you already heard and see what's going on. Looks like Draven in second. Gator Mike in third. I believe that is NR Lewis in fourth. Wait, no. I apologize. Who is that? Oh, that is NR Lewis. Swamp Fox in fifth.
Yeah,
Big Jim in sixth. And Ronnie Mack in seventh at the moment. Swamp looking under Lewis here. Didn't force it. Very courteous right there. Love to see that on the track. Give and take is the name of the game this early in the race, so long ways to go. Sharp looking on the outside of Swamp Fox. I don't think it's going to pay off.
He got shuffled up there from the contact with Gator. You're not going to find a hole anytime soon.
No. No. Swamp Fox looking under NR Lewis, followed by his FBGM teammate Big Jim. Getting a push from Shadowhawk. Shadowhawk looking below Big Jim. NR Lewis with a great run. And it kind of got stalled out there by Gator. Draven to the lead. You already heard has fallen back a little bit. Gator Mike looking under. You already heard for second.
Host, this is what you're looking for, buddy. We're going to see a crowd. There it is.
Oh, my.
Who is that? Who is that? Oh, it's the 3. The 42 goes around. Yes. I mean, sorry. No. Not good.
Oh, goodness. It looks like... Are cautions turned off? What's happening today?
I don't know. I mean, that was only 2 cars. You would kind of hope for a caution with 2 cars, but not unlike 704 to not throw a caution for that.
If OG saw that, he is probably swearing right now a lot.
I know OG very well, and I can confirm that.
He was hoping for that caution if he was anywhere near. Shadowhawk looking to the outside of Gator. Gator's going to get that push from Captain Killam going into 3 and 4.
Where did Killam come from?
Very aggressive move. I don't know. I think he was just biding his time and made it through. I think he just kind of made it through that chaos that was happening. You already heard taking a look. Oh, he'll let Gator fall back in line here. No sense in pressing the issue this early in the stage.
This one makes it 3 wide.
Yeah, I'm looking at K-Bar stream here. He has tons of nose damage and actually also has engine damage.
Oh, that's never good.
That is not good for him.
15-second pit stop. You're good to go. That engine will be fixed right up.
Yeah, but unfortunately with 15-second pit stop, that's probably going to put you 2 laps down like OG. So,
meanwhile, guys, house pick of Gator Mike. He is now taking the lead, boys. Followed by You Already Heard and Captain Killam, I believe.
I believe my pick won the first stage, so...
That he did.
Yeah, well, Alan's pick doesn't matter at this point.
That's true. Well, my pick's in the lead now, so...
Gator Mike washed up the track there. Will he get freight trained? A couple other guys up here that we didn't... I haven't said their name too much so far this season, while it is still young, though. Swamp Fox and Ronnie Mack. Swamp washed up the track there. Draven in the outside wall coming out of 2. Back into it. Ooh, that's never good. I know the wall very well, and I know hitting the wall is never fun. Kill him, and You Already Heard. Little touch for the lead there. Shuffling You Already Heard to the outside. Looks like he'll get freight trained by about 8 or 9 cars on that inside line.
Shout out to Ronnie Mack in third. Oh, 3 wide. Going
Ronnie Mack looking under. God, I wish I could scroll through the field better. There we go. There's
Gator. Looking at a Gator.
Yes. I was just trying to get on one of them, and then I got mad. So I can't scroll efficiently.
Oh, Gator clears him going into 3. Power move on the outside.
On the high side. Love to see that. Maybe we can see a little outside lane roll in there with You Already Heard and Sharp, and I think that's Shadowhawk as well. Looks like Ronnie Mack bogged down in the middle of the corner there. Gator and Killam getting a little bit of a lead in front of Ronnie and the rest of this pack. Although it's getting...
Swamp and Big Jim had some contact there.
Oh my, 3 wide at one point.
Yeah, you already heard he got on the wall there.
I think that might have been the lesser of two evils in his opinion. Just scrape the wall a little bit or possibly pinch somebody down and get hammered into the wall. So wise veteran move there. Ronnie Mack pulling up right behind these first two. Followed by Swamp Fox, Sharp, and Big Jim. Top 6.
Well, Ronnie Mack has had a very tough start to the season. Getting involved in pretty much every wreck there has been, it seems like. So nice to see him running in the top 5 here. Don't
say wreck too loud. Hosts will get really excited.
Yeah, it's true.
But we've seen a lot more action this second stage. Maybe guys are realizing the value. I mean, they already know the value of stage points, but maybe the guys that didn't get any that first stage are possibly pressing the issue a little bit more just to make sure they get some.
Yeah, and like we saw in the first stage, there was a wreck towards the back. So, I mean, I have almost the same mentality as you would have at Daytona or Talladega. If you're in the back, that's just more chances of getting in a wreck.
Absolutely.
So get up in front and avoid it. Ronnie Mack going for second.
Ronnie looking under Gator. See if Gator can bring it back down. Looks like he's going to shut the door on Sharp. That's a little tongue twister there. I think Swamp Fox looks like he may be pitting here, or he's letting his teammate Big Jim by just to possibly save a little tire and not have to press as hard and follow his draft. 2 by 2 back behind them, though. It's like Ronnie Mack might be looking for the lead, boys. Headed into 1 and 2. Oh, he hits the apron. He washes up the track. Gator's taking a look under him, followed by Big Jim. Jim has a huge run. He's going to push Gator past him, I think. Looks like they're going to do that, headed into 3 and 4. Ronnie with the run into the corner. I think it'll stall out, though, unfortunately.
Yep. Just one little mistake, hitting the apron going into 1, which is very easy to do. Easier than you probably think. But...
Oh, absolutely.
Looks like he tried to slide in front of Swamp there. Oh, looks like he will get in front of him. Yes, he did.
There is some slicing and dicing all over this track right now.
Yeah.
Especially, I always feel at these 1.5 milers, like Atlanta, Texas, Chicago, with this package being so draft dependent, and with a lot of these guys, like these are the most common types of track on the schedule, so a lot of these guys, as we watch Gator drive past Captain Killam for the lead, drive under him, I'm sorry, not directly past him yet, but he's getting there. But I feel like with a lot of these 1.5 milers, a lot of guys are more comfortable on those because they know the tracks better, and they're the most common, so I feel like you have such a more even playing field, and it's... I don't want to call this another draft-heavy plate track, but I feel like a lot of these 1.5 milers are almost always up for grabs because everybody is so comfortable on them. But that also lends itself to, with these guys being so close, more room for incidents. Like we saw in stage 1, and if you don't get that caution called, it's an end game almost for you, as we see OG still at least a couple laps down.
And K-Bart just went 1 lap down there, and with that damage would probably put him 2 laps down with OG.
Unless he just doesn't repair it, but I think with how long these stages are, you almost have to repair it and hope for your chances. But is that with 1.5 milers being they're not necessarily cookie cutters, but being the most common type of track, are those the ones that you guys feel the most comfortable on, or do you like the short tracks, road courses? Like, what do you guys think?
I like short tracks.
Yeah, I know Host loves him some Bristol. I know that for a fact.
He does.
I personally love the 1.5 miles. I don't know why, but I'm always pretty solid there. Looks like we got tons of people.
We got a lot of takers for pit road this lap. Looks like Big Jim and Killam are going to stay out unless they find a way to make their way to the bottom. But Gator Mike, Ronnie Mack, Sharp almost ran over Ronnie there. My goodness. Swamp Fox. Who else is that? Lights out. K-Bart's coming in to repair that damage.
Lewis.
Whom else?
Going back to your point though of like the mile and a halfs being like a lot of people are comfortable with them. I mean, even in the leagues, we still usually see the same people up front at these tracks. So I would say people are comfortable at them. I mean, still the best drivers are still going to have the best chance to win.
Oh, absolutely. As we've seen in the North American E-Racing League, it doesn't matter the series, but the cream always rises to the top. But I guess my main point is that sometimes you see a lot more guys in contention at these more
100%.
more mile and a half more comfortable tracks. I think Gator Mike has gotten some notifications that he may be lagging, so he's going to shut off his stream at the break here, which generally helps. As we see Shadowhawk, Jagboy on pit road. Who else is there? Kelvin and Jim and Killam all coming to pit road as well. So I'll stay on them, and we'll see where these guys cycle out to.
Just to update on K-Bart there, 27-second pit stop.
Love to see it. Poor K-Bart.
Yeah,
I'm joking. We do not love to see that. K-Bart, of course, one of the co-owners of the league. Shout out to him and all he does, along with Gator Mike, and you already heard, running this great league that we are all a part of, or fans of. See Big Jim and Killam coming off of pit road here. Looks like Killam may have gotten in a little better than Jim, but I didn't actually see who came in first. I thought Jim was in the lead.
Jim did.
Okay. They switched positions, but go ahead, Alan.
I don't think Ronnie has draft on Gator here. This could be huge. Oh, Gator is gone.
He is. Especially with Ronnie and Jagboy, I believe that was kind of dicing it up here. But like we saw in Stage 1, these guys got a lap or two more on their tires. So will Killam and Jim make their way through these guys and wind up back to where they were before the pit stops in 1 and 2? But
I'm not sure if tires, one lap different tires, is going to have that big of an effect. It might. I'm not sure. I know the tire wear is really bad here, but
for some reason I want to say they stayed out 2 extra laps. But either way, we'll see what happens here in Stage 2. I'll get a lap count if you guys don't have one right now. I'll see if I can snag one from Killam's stream here when they cross the line.
I'm on K-Bart's stream, so his lap count will not be accurate.
You have to do math.
Yes. I don't really want to do that at the moment.
21 to go.
Yep. They are coming to 20 to go at the line here. Swamp Fox into the wall. Is it just me, or so I'm like, their tires look like they're bouncing all over. I know this is a bumpy track.
Yes, you
but
noticed that too? Thank you.
Yeah,
I thought I was like going
I
insane.
really noticed it on, where's Ronnie? If you go to Ronnie and you look at his wheels, his rims are just, they're almost having a seizure going over the track. But Ronnie is in third, so those wheels are holding up.
Let's see for how long, because they look like they're going to break.
They're just bouncing all over the place. Random things that you see that 704 put in the game. As we see Shadowhawk back up here in 4th after that incident in the first stage.
That's huge.
He's one of those guys, like we said, that has speed everywhere. Looks like Lights Out is in 5th, and You Already Heard is in 6th. We'll see how the rest of the stage plays out. I think they're coming to 18 to go here.
Definitely got to be like a suspension issue with the wheels or something.
I think it's just a 704 issue.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I do like to say there's always 704 issues with the games they make. But one thing they do right is the bumps at the tracks. They do that well somehow.
Not visually on our end, though.
Not visually, but when you're driving, it feels pretty realistic.
Oh, absolutely. If you ever get if you're ever just practicing, go in the cockpit view at a track like this, or I think Auto Club is another one.
Auto Club has good bumps.
Yeah. You'll notice actually how much like the camera moves because you have that driver perspective. Meanwhile, Shadowhawk up to 2nd in front of Ronnie.
Yeah. Jagboy hit the apron in 3 and 4 there and put him all the way back to 6th.
I was gonna say, looks like he might take a peek under. You already heard. No, he's gonna tuck in. Thought better of it.
I want to compliment Gator here because he's just arcing it straight into the corner, well, like you need to do to keep the speed up through the corner.
Oh my!
When he doesn't have to block, he's not blocking. Keeping the speed up through the corner. Veteran move there. What do you say, so?
And 2 gives the 6th bumper.
That he did.
Yeah.
3 wide coming out of 2. This is not going to go well. Lights out thought better of it.
Do you see it? Oh, lights in the wall. Oh, you hate to see that.
Yeah, it happens. I can tell you all about the wall.
Yeah.
She's a fickle beast. We're going to have a pretty good battle for 5th place here. Captain Killam moves up into that 5th spot on his 1 to possibly 2 lap fresher tires. Big Jim also looking under Ronnie Mack as well. We'll see if these guys can work their way back up past the guys. Looks like Shadowhawk might be taking the lead here, guys.
He cleared him.
He cleared Gator.
And confirmed.
Pretty convincingly.
Yeah, I think Gator let him have it there. Just slide back in behind him.
Looks like Jagboy in 3rd. You already heard in 4th. Kill him in 5th. Because we saw what Shadow did last season, your Season 2 champion. We saw what he did back at Las Vegas last season. He just almost ran away and hid from everybody. It was just unreal what he did at that 1.5 miles. Granted, it's obviously quite a bit different from Atlanta, but maybe he has some knowledge that he can apply here at Atlanta. As Gator Mike back under the 43 of Shadowhawk. Jagboy taking a peek as well.
Just go back to Shadowhawk. He did finish 2nd here last season to a professional at this game.
That he
so
did.
He is very good here. So
our resident pro leaguer.
Well. Yes.
You already heard, getting a run, he could have possibly forced it on Jagboy, but he thought better of it. Shadowhawk getting freight train on the outside. Jim also passing him. Looks like Jagboy is up about a lane. He's leaving that door open. If you already heard, gets a run coming out of 2. And I think he will. Looks like Killam's going to give him that push because that bottom line is so important. Big Jim following behind.
Yeah, it didn't look. It definitely looked like you already heard. Didn't give him a choice to run that bottom lane.
Maybe he just feels his car is faster and doesn't want to lose touch with Gator. Maybe he wants that, not necessarily max points because of he did not get the pole, but you already heard looking to better his finishing positions from what he's had at some tracks this season. And Jagboy into the wall, coming out of 2 there. But we like Alan said, he is the stage point king at the moment, and he's looking to defend that crown.
Yeah, I'm not surprised to see you already heard running up front, but we need to wait for the 3rd stage so you can actually back up, put a finish behind all those stage points.
Absolutely. Although as we see that those stage points mean a lot because he is in 4th, even with the kind of up and down finishes he's had, and I can tell you every point matters. So.
Yeah, for sure. I can tell you that too.
I've made it into the playoffs by 1 point, and I think there was that was a different league a couple years ago, and made it. Oh, kill him into the wall hard going into 1.
Yeah.
But I made it in the playoffs by 1 point, and then advanced I think by 2 or less to get to the championship for it. So every point matters, especially with the talent level we have here in the Cup Series, and the Xfinity Series, and the Truck Series in the North American E-Racing League.
Last season in the Xfinity Series, I made it to the championship 4 by 1 point, and that was only because I won the pole for that race.
Yep.
So those 2 extra points for the pole are very big as well. I like to focus on qualifying a lot.
Absolutely, and not only do you get those 2 points for the pole here in the North American E-Racing League, but it also gives you a really good starting spot for the race, obviously, because you're starting first, but it almost puts you in the commander's seat at most tracks because you have the speed to get around there, but you know how to work the track too, because a lot of times you don't necessarily have enough laps to go put a setup in, so it's all about who can drive the track the best, with us being a preset league. So it's a very rewarding thing. It really shows who can put down a lap, unless it's a draft track, kind of like this one.
Yeah.
I mean, Draven is always fast, but if you're going to get the pole here, you're not going to do it out front of the pack without the draft. Obviously not to take anything away from Draven. He is always fast at almost every track we go to.
But also starting on the pole, you stay out of all the racing behind you. And it seems like every time I get back in 5th or 6th, it's like just a little bump forces you high, and then next thing you know, you're in 11th.
Right.
You're like, yeah, I was in 5th like a lap ago, and it's just really frustrating when that happens. So starting out front definitely negates, or I wouldn't say negates, but it less chance of getting shuffled back.
Absolutely, unless a mistake of your own by hitting the apron or something like that. But
yes, of course,
it's almost an insurance policy to not be there. As I think you already heard, thought about taking a peek under Gator, but thought better of it at the moment. We'll see how many laps are left here once Killam crosses a line on his stream. Gator Mike 89 at point. You already heard in 2nd. Captain Killam in 3rd. Jagboy 4th and Shadowhawk in 5th.
Yeah, the top 3 have pulled away.
They have
from the rest of them. All veterans. I think they've all raced in the Cup Series every single
They have
season.
put a lot of laps on tracks together, these top 3.
So, they're smart. They're just riding together, pulling away. It's a lot easier to fight 2 other people for the stage win than 6 other people.
Absolutely.
So, they know what they're doing.
Let's see. How many laps do we have here? Killam is about to cross the line on his stream because they're about a quarter of a lap behind. They're coming to 2 to go at the line here. Can Gator hold off, you already heard, and Captain Killam in this stage? I think, barring something weird happening, for lack of a better term, I think the top 3 aren't going to change. They might change order, but they will all finish in the top 3. But the battle for 4th and 5th is, I think it's going to get pretty wild here with less than 2 laps to go.
I would also like to point out that of all the drivers I've watched, Gator is the most, steady through the corner.
Absolutely. He's got that line that you pointed out where he just arcs it in and rides the bottom. You already heard making a move under Gator here. I think Captain Killam's going to try and follow, maybe get that extra stage point, possibly a win if he can get a run, and you already heard.
Yeah, not much Gator can do here.
No, he's kind of a sitting duck.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to put up a fight, though. He's going to keep up his speed, but he's no match for those 2 drafting at this point. We'll see if he can get a run coming. Oh, Killam gets up into him. I think that's going to hand. You already heard the stage. We'll see if these 2. We'll see who finishes in. Oh, no. There we go. It looks like Gator Mike, I think, is going to edge out Killam by just a tiny bit of the tiniest of noses.
Shadowhawk will not be happy with Jim there. Jim shoved him out of the way going into 3 and then shoved him in the wall coming to the line. So Shadowhawk did not get any stage points.
Top
there.
5 for the stage. You already heard Gator Mike, Captain Killam, Big Jim, and Ronnie Mack. You already heard looking for Max in race points.
K-Bart will get the lucky dog. He was the only 1 lap down actually, and OG is still 2 laps down.
I've been in OG's shoes. It's a lonely feeling, but you kind of just you got to put your laps in for the rest of the race. You don't want to leave because you never know what might happen.
Yeah, and I anticipate quite a few cautions in this last stage. I'm going to be honest with you.
I think these guys are going to start getting a little feisty.
Yeah, maybe not the truck level of cautions, but I'm expecting a few.
I want to watch an actual race, not a demolition derby. My goodness.
Yeah.
You already heard taking point over the field, leading him to green, followed by Gator Mike, Captain Killam, Ronnie Mack, and Jagboy. NR Lewis back up, looking to find his way back to the top 5 after a little bit of contact in stage 2. Swamp Fox right behind him. A lot of S names in the field here. Gator getting shuffled to the outside.
6, the lights out, goes around, got it under the apron, coming out of 4 and
ouch.
looped it.
I don't think that'll give a caution. Rough night for the Pure Boys so far. As the team points,
Lights was looking good earlier in the race.
He was.
He
had
got
the
shuffled
speed.
back in stage 2 there, and
Is Ronnie Pure? I can't remember. My
yes,
apologies.
Ronnie
Okay.
is Pure.
Aside from Ronnie, Lights was looking good, but OG's
was
2
up
laps
there,
down.
too,
Sharp
but-
was too. God, y'all got
I don't know where
like
Sharp is,
87 people. Jesus.
Really?
I'm
How
just
many
teasing.
drivers do you guys have?
I'm just teasing. Yeah, you got half the field.
We only have 10 drivers, which is the legal.
That is.
Legal amount
And you
to
have,
have.
yeah, you got the limits. I know. I'm just messing with you.
Yeah, I know.
Just teasing. Where is Sharp?
Is he though? Sharp is right behind Lieutenant Crunch, in front of Drake.
I see him. I see him now. I'm used to that
How-
bright Chase Elliott car, the Hooters mobile, but he's running that new Kelly Blue Book paint scheme.
I can make it 3 wide in the back.
My goodness. They're getting a little.
Yeah.
I think we're seeing a little more feistiness from the guys here so far.
I would 100% agree with that. I
Yes.
hope they pulled them belts
Yes.
tight before they started this
Oh,
stage.
absolutely. NR
There you
Lewis
go.
has made his way up to 4th.
Love to see it.
I mean, yes, I do. Can't. As we heard last week when he got his first win, is exciting times.
Yeah, I would agree.
Can't. Well, I mean, if he fought his way back up, if he can stay out of trouble. Oh, Jack Boy into the wall. Followed by, who is that? Oh, that's 2 still.
Jack Boy, looked like Shadowhawk tried to dive it under a swamp, which he did successfully, but then hit the apron,
Draven
hitting
up the track.
Shadowhawk,
3 wide.
and then hitting Jag Boy into the wall. Jag Boy will get the worst end of that by far.
Yeah, that's tough. We'll see if he can
Oh.
rebound, but I think at this point, unless there's a call,
Shadowhawk is moving.
he's on a mission. Big Jim to the lead.
Yeah,
It might
like
be
I
for
said,
that
it-
11
it-
car.
yeah, I believe it is for 11 car. Jim did move him out of the way and coming into the green and white checker there, going into 3, and then put him in the wall. So,
Ooh.
The putting him in the wall wasn't Jim's fault. He came down on Jim,
oh, okay.
touched him, maybe. being a
NR
little bit
Lewis
annoyed with
looking
him.
for the lead. Looking under Jim here. In that nice multi-shade of blue auto owners insurance Toyota Camry
That's
the-
a good way to describe it.
with the jacked up wheels. As
That
we've
is
seen
also
on
true.
every single car because of the bumps. Big Jim 2nd, though. Shadowhawk getting a run on the outside. We'll see if he can pull the draft from these guys and pull up there. Gator Mike falling in line in 4th here, followed by a white car of
Crunch.
Lieutenant Crunch and Sharp.
Yeah, Crunch has been nowhere this race, and all of a sudden he's in 5th.
I think he was involved in the wreck in Stage 1, if I'm not mistaken.
You're right. You are right. I forgot about that.
Lewis letting Jim go by here. Maybe moving up a lane, maybe saving some tires. I don't necessarily know, because you could stretch the stage into a 1 pit stop stage, or you could pit twice if I'm not mistaken. But it'll be interesting to see. Shadowhawk looking under Big Jim for the lead here. Followed by Crunch and Lewis, who are battling as well. Sharps looks like he's going to push Crunch by the 19 of NR Lewis. Gator Mike right in tow. Oh, yeah, these guys are dicing it up. Looks like the 24 of Kelvin into the wall. Coming out of you.
Oh, they're 4 wide back there.
Oh,
That
my.
will not end well.
Oh, my. They
Host-
better give a little
Host,
bit.
move your cam to the back.
Oh, I'm looking at it already.
Okay.
Oh, and the 3 bumps the 24 into the wall, and the 24.
Ronnie
there
Mack
goes
around.
Ronnie
Oh, no.
Mack.
The pure
Oh,
guy's
man.
almost last hope at this point. I'm sorry, but it has not
It's
been a race
Sharps
to
and
remember
Ford.
for those guys. That's
Sharps and Ford.
That's true. I keep forgetting he's part of you guys. I apologize. My fault.
It's okay. It's okay.
Lot
Ronnie
of-
Mack from one of the highs of the season, getting his first stage points, to being spun through the infield.
And
Hate to
that's
see it.
that's how racing works sometimes, though, right? Like we've
Yeah, it
all 3 of
definitely
us have
is.
been there.
Yeah.
You might win a stage or something in a race, and then the start of the next stage, you might have lost a couple spots and get shuffled back and just beat around, and It happens.
Yeah.
It happens to everybody at some point in the season, but
Or leading a race with 10 to go and hit a glitch and then hit the wall and lose the
also,
race.
or you could be me taking the white flag into Kentucky and just having a complete mental shutdown and just hammering the wall at Kentucky. Love to see it.
Yeah, that happens.
My goodness. NR Lewis looking under Shadowhawk for 4th place here. Big Jim in the lead, followed by Lieutenant Crunch and Sharp in 3rd. NR Lewis looking to take 4th place away from Shadowhawk, followed by Gator Mike 89 looking to grab 5th. Oh, NR Lewis looking below Sharp here. Gator Mike going to try and follow. Sharp's going to close the door on Gator a little bit. Ooh, just...
Don't think Gator liked that too much.
I don't think so either.
Contact.
Little bit of contact. Shadowhawk's going to have to check up for those guys. Sharp is going to get the worst end of that deal, though. He's going to get freight trained, I think, to the back. One thing I've noticed, guys... Oh, Draven in the wall. One thing I've noticed, guys, is Shadowhawk has moved up almost a whole lane like the last couple laps. Maybe he's just trying something, maybe trying to save a little tire or something, but right as I say that, of course, he moves back down, but in at least 1 and 2, the last couple laps, he seems to be taking a higher lane. I wonder if that's...
He's definitely arcing it more.
But still quite a ways to go for these guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Shadowhawk looking under Gator Mike for 4th place. He's going to take that position. Gator's going to shuffle or slide back down in front of Sharp.
So there are 4
Shadowhawk
different teams in the top 4 right now.
There are.
That is true.
Actually, well, there's 3 and an independent. 2 independents in the top 5.
Yeah. You got FPGM leading, followed by RKR, followed by
Elite.
And
then 2 independents, and then a pure guy. We got all the teams here having a showing right now in the top 6. Love to see it.
Too bad that it's the top 2 finishers for the team that get points. So Pure is not looking good. For
Pure might be having a tough night.
Second points position. Yeah.
Pure might be having a little rough night. Shadowhawk looking below Lewis, making a... He committed very early coming out of 2 and down the backstretch for that move. I think he planned that out there. Lewis going to fall in behind him in 4th. Gator Mike's going to get a nice draft after Lewis.
Shadowhawk's being very aggressive.
He is.
Too familiar with everybody. I don't know if he's usually this aggressive. I don't remember him being this aggressive.
He is not.
But yeah, he is taking every opportunity he gets to pass somebody.
Well, as we've seen, if you're back in the middle part of that pack, you don't know what's going to happen. All hell could break loose, and you could get beaten, battered around, and whatnot. So maybe he's doing that to just try and stay out of that. Along with maybe he thinks he has a really fast car. We don't know exactly what's going through the mind of Shadow. He doesn't talk too much in the server, and I've been in parties with him here and there, and but not enough to necessarily know what he's thinking. So, but he's, like we said, he shows speed at a lot of different types of tracks. We got a pass for the lead here. Lieutenant Crunch looking below Big Jim, followed by Shadowhawk. Shadowhawk, NR Lewis, my goodness. Struggling.
Crunch was your Cup Series Season 1 champion, so we know he is very fast.
That he is. He had maybe a little championship season hangover. I mean, he made the playoffs and whatnot last season, but he didn't necessarily have as strong of showings as he did in the season prior. I would
100% agree with that.
As Big Jim washes up, NR Lewis looking to take a peek under him, catch that draft of these top 2, and move himself up to 3rd. Gator Mike looking to do the same, pulling that draft from Lewis, passing Big Jim on the bottom. I believe Captain Killam is going to end up following suit unless Jim can close the door. Oh, looks like he fell in line. Found a spot to ride. All right, we'll see how many laps we got left here, and looks like Killam's tires are down to about, his lowest on the right side is 30%, so probably got about 8 laps or so. Well, probably not even that. 6 to 7 laps.
6.
6 to 7 laps if they're stretching it. 34.
They only have 7 laps of fuel, so
they're looking at 33 laps left in the stage. Yeah, it'll be around there. I think on this is the stage that since it is longer, I think you really want to stretch your tires as much as you can. Obviously, if you're in this lead pack, you got to race and stay where you are. You got to hold position, but you got to try and stretch your tires a little bit too.
I'm on K-Bart's stream, and it looks like he is doing. His tires aren't as good as Killam's, but it looks like he's doing a pretty solid job of saving his tires. His light just came on, so he probably has maybe 3 or 4 laps more of those tires.
And I think if this stays green, with how hard these guys are racing, you're not going to save enough tire to make it on one stop. So it looks like Crunch moved up. A little bit of lag on my screen there, but I don't know if that's what the drivers are seeing. Shadowhawk to the point. Lewis looking to follow, maybe snag second, getting a push from Gator. Headed into 3 and 4 here. I think that's K-Bart, the lap car ahead of him. Possibly Swamp Fox, very similar blues.
No, K-Bart's actually in 8th at the end of this pack.
Oh, never mind. Possibly Swamp Fox then.
Yeah, yes, it is Swamp.
We got a lot of blue cars. We got a lot of white cars.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Few black cars as well.
That we do. All of the above. Love to see it.
Yes.
Killam's tire light came on within this last lap or so. So it's got 4 laps of fuel. I'm guessing they'll probably come in 2 to 3 laps.
Yes.
Top 4 remain
that,
unchanged at the moment. Go ahead.
Yeah. One thing you will see from the people that say the tire's the best is that they don't hit the apron at all.
Oh, absolutely not.
When you do hit the apron, your car washes up the track. That's going to kill your tires even more.
Each time you hit the apron, keep this in mind. Each time you hit the apron, it takes about 3 to 4% away on almost all of your tires. I mean, mainly your focus here is the right sides, but the last thing you want to do is hit that apron. Because that just,
especially
like
now.
And at this track too. Like you can get away with it a little bit at other tracks, but this is the one track you really don't want to do it for tire wear purposes. And I feel like it looks like Crunch might be signaling that he's coming to pit road here. But for tire wear purposes and just the kind of like speed penalty you get here, I feel like it's more it washes a lot more speed than a lot of other tracks too. But
I would agree with that.
Let's see. NR Lewis to second. I believe that Shadowhawk's still in the lead.
K-Bart has 1 lap of fuel left, so we should see almost everybody pitting this lap.
I think there's a whole serpentine of guys on the bottom part of the backstretch signaling they're coming to pit road.
Yes, sir.
So, don't speed here. Gator Mike not pitting. Killam not pitting.
Oh, and the 11 gets turned by the 1 coming to pit road.
Oh, he did. Oh, no.
Or did Jim possibly blow a tire while he's slowing down there?
He might have done that too.
That's
also a possibility.
That's a good thought.
Let's go look at a stream before we
K-Bart
turning people.
Oh yeah, good call.
I think K-Bart has a blown tire. He's limping through the grass right now.
Yeah, he had 3% coming off of 2.
Ooh.
So I wasn't sure if he was gonna make it.
Is he not? K-Bart. What's happening?
His stream did cut out. So
Wait. Gator wrecked coming to pit road, your leader at the time.
Oh wow.
He was backwards.
He might have blown a tire too.
Coming to pit road.
11 got turned. Okay.
11 got turned by Joe.
You hate to see it.
It'd be like that sometimes.
It do be like that.
I wonder if you already heard was trying to get a wee bit aggressive on that entry, or maybe they just tried to fight for the same real estate. It does get, as we all know, it gets pretty crowded headed down into pit road, especially at speed.
I don't know what happened to Gator, but he is going to lose a lot of time to kill him here. That's going to put him out of contention, barring a caution.
The prediction by host is coming more and more true, because, like he said, Gator shows that speed, but there's always one thing that happens.
Yeah.
There's always that one little thing, whether it be contact, something like we just saw where an incident coming at pit road. It's just always that one little thing that prevents him to getting to victory lane.
You can gain a lot of time coming on the pit road if you hit it right.
You
But
can.
the risk with that is you could spin or possibly speed, which is going to cost you more time than you would have gained.
Exactly.
So
And
I always take it easy, just because I made that mistake multiple times, and it's not a fun feeling racing the rest of the stage.
if you speed, it is the longest 15 seconds that you will sit in this game.
Ever. Yes.
It's hard to find something to compare it to. Like, it goes about as slow as time in the DMV.
Ooh,
if you ever make a
slow.
visit there. Yeah, it actually probably goes slower than that because it's 15 seconds, but it feels like you're down there for damn near like 3 minutes or so. But
yeah.
So it looks like we got Shadowhawk followed by Crunch, and then there's the elite duo of you already heard and NR Lewis, who are working together to try and catch these front two. They don't really have any pressure behind them, so there's no reason for them not to work together and try and get up there to these guys. As we'll pop on. Yeah, Big Jim lost so much time with that entry there, and Gator
lost a lot
Gator
too, yeah.
lost even more than Jim did, I think. He's about half a straightaway or more behind Jim.
Looks like Sharp's in 5th, and is that Shadowhawk? No, that is Killam in 6th. Beg your pardon.
And I was getting confused with those guys earlier too. Killam and Shadowhawk have very similar looking cars from distance tonight, whatever you want to call it. Where is Shadowhawk? There's your leader. It looks... Ooh! Crunch looks like he's going to let the elite duo by there. He looks like he got a little squirrely in the quad oval, tri-oval, whatever you want to call it. Now...
I believe it is a quad.
I think that's what it's called as well. It's not near as big of a quad oval as Texas, though, as host can probably attest to, because he's nearby. But I think the guys in 2nd through 4th, I think they're going to team up and try and run down Shadowhawk here.
I would agree with that statement.
Your stage 1 and 2 winner, you already heard, leading the charge between these three, and he's looking for max points in the race.
Oh, Sharp is streaming. Didn't know that.
Is he?
Yes, K-Bart's stream cut out, so he might have flagged out of the race.
We'll scroll through and we'll see if K-Bart is on pit road here. He is on pit road. I believe you're correct because that's you hate to see that.
Lone engine for K-Bar there. You really hate to see.
You hate to see that for any driver, for that matter. Let alone one of the co-owners. But our resident corn cob aficionado, K-Bart. It looks like Killam has made his way up to 5th past Sharp. They're about 2 to 2.5 seconds behind this lead group. It looks like you already heard, and Lewis and Crunch have caught the draft of Shadowhawk here. Now, I guess we'll see. Oh, man, I missed it. We'll see how many laps are left once they hit the line here, and well, I guess we can
make it.
Exactly. I don't think they're going to be able to make it because you would have had to have saved 4 laps worth of tires and fuel, which it's mainly the tires I'd be worried about here. But
that's hard to do. It's hard to save 4 laps of fuel regardless of the tires.
True story. All right, they're coming to 16 to go.
I wish Sharp would switch over to his tires and fuel.
Same with Killam right now. I think Killam's just watching the gap, but unfortunately for him and Sharp, it's those two versus a group of 4, and they seem to be losing about 1/10 a lap, maybe even 2/10 a lap here. As we scroll back to our lead pack here, we'll focus on, you already heard, the 2nd place driver in this pack. Seems as though these guys are pretty content. I think if I was in if I was, go ahead.
They have 16 laps of fuel. Shout out Sharp for reading the comments there.
I wonder if they can make it.
It's didn't you? I'm not sure. Let's see
Oh
what they got at the
no!
line here.
K-Bart's watching the stream. Kyle, we're sorry.
They just hit 15 to go, and when that happened, Sharp hit 15 laps of fuel.
Maybe they can
so
make
Sharp
it.
is going to be really close.
Maybe those two guys being Killam and Sharp, maybe they're not pushing quite as hard as this lead group of 4. Maybe they can make it on fuel and tires, but I think right now, I think I'd still want to be in this lead group of 4 and just kind of gauge what happens, because you do have that roughly 2.5 to 3 second buffer between you and those 2 guys that are chasing you.
If I'm Shadowhawk here, I might drop behind all of these guys. Make sure I can make it, because he's been leading, so he can't save any gas being in the draft.
Oh, absolutely.
So maybe drop behind him, save some the next 10 laps, and then with 5 to go back at him. I mean, you never want to give up the lead, but
right. I guess one thing you can think about too. Granted, you save you save gas in the draft, but one thing is when you're in the draft, you're heading, since you get that extra speed, you're heading into the corner faster, so you might be using up more tires when that's really what you might want to be focused on saving, especially at this track.
That is also true. Yeah, that's a good point. I will tell you the results of this in 12 laps.
We can hypothesize all we want. Host probably just wants a caution at this point, but or he
we did have
went to get beer. We don't know.
Yeah, we did have 1 or 2 wrecks. No cautions, unfortunately.
I'm content with my couple wrecks.
Okay, cool. All
right, so Host now officially has changed his position. He has flip-flopped and now wants to see it go green.
You know, I wouldn't be upset if there was a caution. That'd make a really good finish. I'm not gonna lie.
You just say that for your peer boys.
It's always a better strategy race when tires are on the line, fuel is on the line.
Plus, at this point too, you really get to see who knows how to drive the car, pushing it hard enough while also saving what you need to save. And especially if Hurd got in the wall, got into his teammate there a little bit. But this is where the cream of the crop rises. Like we say, a lot of times if at these 1.5 miles, the same guys are still up front, which we've seen these guys up front at many a track, these top 4. Lewis only has the 1 win to show for, but last season he was Mr. Consistency, and I think he might have had the most top 5s out of anybody. But don't quote me on that. But he did
win the last 1.5 mile race at Chicagoland.
He did. Granted, this one's a little bit different,
that
but
wasn't a tire battle.
that was not a tire battle. That was that was wild.
Drive. Go as fast as you can.
Little bit of a glitch too, unfortunately for Jaw.
Yeah, we don't have to mention that.
No, we don't.
A win is a win. They're coming to 7 laps to go here.
This is definitely a win.
I'll take them any way I can get them.
And Shadowhawk, the season 2 champion, I think he had like 5 wins last season. You already heard had 5 wins last season. Who's in 4th? I'm not sure who's in 4th.
That's Crunch. That is our season 1 champion.
So yeah, all the best people are at the front. Nothing unusual there.
Oh, absolutely not. And you already heard has been in the Final 4 the 2 seasons that the North American E-Racing League has been running. So, believe they're coming to 6 to go here. These top 4, if it stays green and they've saved enough, it's absolutely going to be between these guys.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, if they've been racing each other hard enough, that could really benefit Sharp and Captain Killam, because I don't think they haven't been pushing as hard because they don't have as much draft going into each corner. They're not using up as much tire-wise, so if they've stretched their stuff and these guys fizzle out, they could very well be in the driver's seat here. So
Ooh, Lewis hit the apron, I think.
he might have. Let's see. You already heard pulling up very close to Shadowhawk's bumper. Coming to 4 laps to go here in the Folds of Honor Quick Trip 250 at Atlanta for the North American E-Racing League.
Sharp's tire light just came on.
I think
so it's going to be close on tires.
It is going to be very close, yes.
Especially the controller guys use more tire than the wheel guys.
I think so. I'm looking at Killam's stream here, and they've cut off about almost a second's worth of time. I think maybe these guys in the front realize they might need to save a little bit. So I think this second pack of, I'm going to call it a pack, even though it's 2 guys. I think this second pack of 2 guys is, they're catching them a little bit. Killam's tire light just came on. Believe we're coming to 3 to go.
This is going to get interesting.
This is going to get very interesting.
Will somebody blow a tire?
Yeah, 3 to go here. They're coming to 2 to go at the line. At this point, if you're in the lead pack, honestly, if I'm these guys, run it out. You made your bed. You got to lie in it now. Got to go for it. Same if you're Sharp or Killam. You just, at this point, go for it. Even if you blow across, like blow your tire coming to the line, still got to roll it out.
Yeah.
Let's see how many. Killam is coming to the line here. 2 laps ago. They're coming to the white flag for these guys. NR Lewis
going for second.
NR Lewis looking below his elite teammate, if you already heard, getting the push from Crunch. We'll see if he can get that run up to Shadowhawk. I'm going to scroll over to him real quick.
Crunch gets third. He kind of misjudged it, and I think he came down.
This is the white flag lap. Shadowhawk in the lead, followed by NR Lewis and Lieutenant Crunch. We'll see if Lewis can use that draft to catch up to Shadowhawk. Half a lap here remaining.
I don't think he's going
to have enough time, but I don't think he's going to have enough time.
He could blow a tire. You never know.
Either that or the apron.
Keep your foot in it.
Oh no! I think he did! NR Lewis! Gonna go back!
Now, are you kidding me?
Back-to-back 1.5 mile wins. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
What happened coming out of 4? Did he blow a tire?
It looks like he just blew a tire or ran out of gas.
Ran out of fuel. Something like that. Holy cow.
He was in the lead.
Oh my goodness.
Still finished second.
NR Lewis followed by Shadowhawk. Lieutenant Crunch, you already heard Captain Killam, Sharp, Gator Mike, and Big Jim, followed by Draven, and that's your top 9. They're not quite done racing yet, but oh my goodness.
Let's get your race winner in here.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
That's the second time he hasn't been leading going into 3, and it's won the race. Holy cow.
I think he's led like a handful of laps in both, like in total in both of these races. And oh my goodness. Come away with 2 wins. Holy crap. Wow.
You love to see it if you're a Lewis fan. Hate to see it if you're a Shadowhawk fan.
Wow. We have our race winner. We have our race winner, NR Lewis, joining us now. Lewis, that's back-to-back races where you've won coming out of turns 3 and 4.
What? I'm putting on a show for you guys for sure.
Apparently, my goodness. I don't even know what to say at this point. You keep pulling a rabbit out of not your hat, but somewhere else. Was at the end, how close were you on tires and fuel? We saw on some other streams and all that.
We were good.
You were good? Okay.
Yeah, we were sitting back letting Shadow burn his stuff.
And apparently that worked because he must have ran out of fuel at the end because it didn't look like he blew a tire.
Literally in turn 4. I just went high enough that he couldn't try to block or whatever.
Also, congratulations, since I didn't say that before I asked the question. I didn't know what to do with my hands. All right, I'm going to ask Alan. Alan, do you have a question for our race winner, Lewis?
I mean, not really. honestly. I mean, a great race. I mean, you kept it clean pretty much the whole race except for that first stage. I think you're involved in whatever happened at the back there.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
good recovery from that.
Yeah.
We're going to have to change your name from Mr. Consistency to Lucky something. I don't know.
Mr. Turn 4 pass.
Oh, yeah. Like Mr. White Flag or something like that. Yeah, I like that. Congrats on your second win.
Thank you.
Well deserved.
Well, host, do you have a question for our race winner?
I don't, but congratulations on your second win and your back-to-back wins.
Thank you. Well, Mid-Ohio in there, but back-to-back mile and a halves.
There you go.
Back-to-back mile and a half.
Well, Lewis, congratulations on your second win after going over in every single race prior to Chicagoland. Who do you want to shout out? The floor is yours.
Always you guys for putting on the show, and shout out to the team for always working on practice and all that. So keep the momentum going.
Right on. Well, we're going to ask you to politely leave the party there, and we'll get our second place finisher, Shadowhawk, in here.
All right.
My goodness. These mile and a halves, if they keep lining up on a Thursday, this is going to be a fun time announcing these things, huh? My goodness.
Looks like Gator did blow a tire coming to pit lane.
I see that. He did.
Pit stop.
That's what it
looked like
Gator
for
to
sure.
make mistakes like that, so I assumed he blew a tire there.
Well, we are joined by our second place finisher, Shadowhawk. Congratulations on your second place finish, Shadow. What were your thoughts on the race there?
That's a pretty heartbreaking second place finish. I ran out of fuel coming out of 4, and I thought maybe I could just sputter my way and keep ahead of those guys, but there was just too much track left, and I couldn't keep them behind me. I wasn't going to, block everyone going 30 miles per hour slower, so I actually got lucky to finish second, honestly. But I had a up and down race. Happy to get second, but it was kind of just I don't know. It was kind of a weird race.
It's a bittersweet second, huh?
Yeah, it was just it was a hard fought second, and there was a lot of. I'd say for most of the race, I was not in great mood.
Yeah, we could tell.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. It just, I was glad we were even in a position to win that race. So we got wrecked in stage 1. Stage 2 was, we kind of just ran around, and then stage 3, we had a chance to win, just came up a little bit short.
Now, I have one more question for you before I pass it on. Now, if you were to go back, since you did run out of fuel, and your tires were good, I'm assuming, correct?
Yeah, tires were fine.
So, would you have let possibly Lewis, or you already heard, go in front of you, just to maybe use that draft to save a little bit more fuel to make sure you made it to the finish? Granted, you finished second, but do you think that would have possibly helped you win the race at any point, like letting them kind of burn their stuff up, or was it just you made your bed, you're lying in it at that point?
Yeah, well, when we came out of pit road, those first 5-10 laps, I was probably, 500 feet short on fuel. I was come off turn 4, and then I would be lapped short or whatever. And then as the run progressed, those last 5 laps, I was running out. I was a lap, like a full half a lap short by the end of the run. I don't know how that happened. I lost fuel time, basically. I don't know how that happened. But, I was thinking about dropping back behind those guys, but I just felt that it would just be too difficult to get back around them since it was just such a bottom feeder race today. So I just felt comfortable up front. Even I was trying to save fuel leading, but it wasn't really working as well as with them using draft. So
Right.
it's not a lose-lose situation, but it's just a tough decision that you have to make in the heat of the moment. And I chose to stay up front, and I came home second. So.
Well, I can't blame you for it. I probably would have done the same thing. Just like I said, you made your bed. You then had to lie in it, obviously. But second is nothing to scoff at. So congratulations on that. I'm gonna Alan, you got any questions for our second place finisher?
Well, you kind of saw my question there, but I thought of another one.
Oops.
I saw you. I mean, pretty much being really aggressive, taking pretty much every run you had, just passing everybody when you had a chance. Was that a mindset you had coming into this race? I know you finished second in last season at this track to our resident pro. So did you have an aggressive mindset coming into the race, or is that something you just had to get to the front?
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely had anytime I go to a mile and a half, that's a place where those are places where I can really, maneuver through the field. And yeah, I was making it through wide a lot tonight, and it's aggressive, but hey, if I'm doing it cleanly, there shouldn't be a problem. No one should have a problem. So yeah, I'm already having conversations with some guys about making it three wide a lot. But you know what? That's what got me to the front. So I don't regret it one bit. And I don't, maybe once where, it was just really tight going into corners, I got into someone a little bit. But other than that, I made it through wide multiple times tonight. And I lifted extra time to, give room. And so I don't know, there shouldn't be a problem. I mean, that's how you pass here, because you need to go to the bottom.
Yeah.
So, take the runs that I could get, and that's what I did.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you there. If you can do it cleanly, then go for it. 100% agree.
Yep.
Well, host, you are third in line here. Do you got any questions for our second place finisher?
I do not have any questions at all.
All right. Well, Shadow, that being said, congratulations again. The floor is yours. Who would you like to shout out here?
Shout out to you guys, broadcasting the race. You guys do a good job calling the race, and appreciate that. And always go back, especially definitely go back and watch this one. Shout out to Gator, K-Bart, everyone who helps put the league together. Felt good. First race to be able to race this paint scheme was cool, and to run out front with it was really awesome. Shout out to the league. Most of the guys out there keeping cooler heads and fun to race with. There's a few that just keep causing problems, but it is what it is, man. Just go to the next one, and it's a grind for sure. Trying to run well in these races. It's a very competitive series, which is what makes it fun. So on to the next one.
Absolutely. Congratulations on your second place finish, and we'll let you get on with your night there.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys.
Absolutely. Have a good one.
Dude.
Anybody else you want to invite, Kevin, or no?
I mean, probably not. But I mean, we could much like last week at these mile and a halves, we could probably interview half the field with everybody who was up front at any point during the race. So we'll just keep it at the top two again. But that was an interesting race to watch. I think I know I speak for myself. Hopefully, I'm speaking for you guys as well. Very, very interesting race to watch there. The strategy, the dependence on the draft, the one line bottom feeder type deal that we saw.
Yeah.
What else did you get? Is there anything else that really stood out to you guys before we end the stream and remind everybody where they can watch the Xfinity race on Sunday?
No, I mean, you saw the usual guys that are good at mile and a half up at the front. I mean, when you come to Atlanta, tires going to be an issue. We saw that. I mean, pretty standard Atlanta race. Very exciting. Less cautions than I thought there would be. But that's just a testament to how good these guys are. I mean, they're in the Cup Series in our league for a reason. They're the best 20, 21 drivers. So
around there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, they're all good. So fairly clean race. Not totally clean, but a fairly clean race, which is what you do love to see.
Absolutely. Host, did you notice anything else besides your two wrecks that I think you willed into existence, even though we didn't get cautions for them?
Yeah, definitely. I was actually kind of surprised about how not aggressive everyone was, especially after the past few weeks, where everyone
That is very true. Yeah.
been kind of uppity at each other, and that's pretty much it, though.
But like you guys said, or like we all kind of agreed on during the broadcast. I mean, it's a mile-and-a-half track, and especially one that's very draft heavy like this one. Everybody's kind of in it the whole time, so it makes for some contact. It makes for some moves that may need to be taken in the opinion of some people, and may not need to be taken in the opinions of others. But not everyone's always going to be happy. I mean, but it still was a fun race to watch from our perspective, for sure.
For sure, yeah.
Very, very entertaining. Lewis pulling the horseshoe out of his hat.
I still can't believe that.
There at the end. 2 weeks in a row, huh? Or 2 mile-and-a-halves in a row. But it's a fun race to watch. Any last thoughts for you guys before we let the people go?
I just don't agree with Host there. I thought everybody was going to be all over each other. But besides Shadowhawk, I mean, he was the only one I saw that was very aggressive, if I'm honest with you. Everybody else was pretty calm, which I was not expecting. Everybody's kind of been, especially after the last race, people have kind of been all over each other in the Discord. So, I mean, I like to see that. Nice, clean racing.
Absolutely. Host?
No, I pretty much just said what I was going to say.
All right.
And that's pretty much all I got.
Well, for the North American E-Racing League, which on Sunday at 8:45 Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Xfinity Series at Texas Motor Speedway for the O'Reilly Parts 150. 100 laps there. Should be dicey, and you two guys are going to be a part of that, huh? You guys excited?
Yep.
A little more mile-and-a-half action from the NARL here.
I mean, I love me some mile-and-a-half, so I'm excited. I finished third there last season.
There you go.
So looking forward to going back. Right
on. Well, with that, we'll let everybody enjoy their night. Thank you for watching and for tuning in the broadcast, and it's fun stuff. Everybody have a good night.